What if I told you IPv6 static routing is both simpler and more powerful than IPv4? While the core concepts stay the same, IPv6 introduces game-changing improvements most network engineers overlook. In this video, I'll reveal the 3 ways to configure IPv6 static routes, including the new link local option, show you how to troubleshoot them like a pro, and demonstrate why IPv6 :/0 default route is the most powerful networking shortcut you're not using. IPv6 static routing. To support IPv6, all IPv4 routing protocols had to make some changes. For example, they need to support longer addresses and prefixes. They still retain a lot of functionality than before. For example, the IPv6 RIP routing protocol is always a distance vector protocol, which uses the number of hops as a metric, for a maximum of 15 hops. IPv6 OSPF is still a link state protocol, which uses the state of the bandwidth to calculate the metric. As in IPv4, it is possible to use and configure static routing in IPv6. This is almost identical to that of IPv4. In any case, the principle is the same. In IPv4, the next hop can be either an IP address or either the output interface. Well, in IPv6, it's the same, except that there is a new way to designate the next hop. This example shows how to configure an IPv6 static route in 3 different ways. The first static route shows that the route is configured by an output interface, Fast Ethernet 01 interface. The second option adds the address of the local link for the next hop. In the example, this is the prefix FE80. This is the little novelty. And the third points directly to a global IPv6. We will now see the static routing configuration on the 2 routers. On this topology, we have the 2001 network, DB7A21 on the left and on the right, the 2001 network, DB7AC20, in which there is a server. For router 2, there is a static route, which says that to join the network all the way to the left, you have to send the data to the IP of the GI00 interface of router 1. On router 1, it's a little different because it's a default route that is configured. The IPv6 route command allows you to configure an IPv6 static route. The :/0 means all networks. This corresponds to the 4 times 0 of IPv4. And then it is told to send all packets to the IP of the GIR1 interface of router 2. Now let's move on to checking the static routes. The show IPv6 route command displays the IPv6 routes that are configured on the router. Here, we can see that the 2001 network DB7A21 :/48 can be reached by the GI00 interface of router 1, which carries the IP 2001 DB8 D1B2 C800 :/1. And on router 1, we can see the static route configuration, which is represented by :/0. And it points to the GI01 interface of router 2, which carries the IP 2001 DB8 D1B2 C800 :/2. If we ping from router 1 to the server at the other end, we see that the default route works fine.